Running to the gym is time-free cardio. There are three ways to get to the gym. Either using non-physically exerting transport, like a car, or a train, or a helicopter. Then one can also use a bike, which already is powered by the body. And then one can drive the efficiency of the power conversion down by walking or running. Now, before a strength workout, one needs to warm up, and afterwards one needs to cool down. So this enables a optimization that is, I think, only possible, at least for running, if one lives very close to the gym, because otherwise it is just too much cardio. One wants to do a strength training session after all. And so the workout as well as the cool down cannot exceed a certain time or distance limit. So what I used to do when living in Dresden, where I lived around 800 meters from the next gym, and I lived so close to the gym because I had searched for an apartment that was so close to the gym. Why? Because I already knew that I would be going there quite often. And so going to the gym and back, i.e. the transport transaction cost of a strength training workout, therefore would be quite a time portion of my week. Now, in a city, biking has a significant disadvantage. Lights. Standing at lights is basically pure wasting of lifetime. One can do absolutely nothing productive. One can see one's life draining into the ground. And the reason the light exists is because we haven't figured out a smarter way to organize traffic in cities. It stops urgency. It stops this build-up of dopamine. It interrupts it. Sometimes I can hold it for days, weeks, doing only what I think is right. And then I stand there at a light. And the urgency I had previously, because I have no agency in the situation, it drains from me. The urgency now seems ridiculous. So there are two options, cycling and running. Now the logistics I think are very important because cycling requires less physical exertion because the power transmission, i.e. power input to speed output, is so much better, i.e. more efficient. One can drive to the gym, work out, shower, and then drive back without breaking too much of a sweat, at least if it's not 35 degrees Celsius in European summer. With running now, because it already is more of a workout, one needs to be more careful to not break a sweat. And here I think, at least in my own behavioral rules, it makes sense to distinguish between transport runs and bike rides and sport runs or bike rides. Now, the biggest time efficiency gain occurs when I exchange a transport activity with a sport activity. If the 4 times a week I go to the gym, I run 1 kilometer to the gym and back, I already have 8 kilometers a week, since I don't run much more than this anyway. This means I now can, in theory at least, eliminate